What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Epic Universe Inc. Studios. My name is Gabriel, and today I am just coming to talk to you guys about how excited I am for our newest comic book, which is The Style Assassins.
The Epic Universe.
So for those of you that may know us, you guys know that we already put out the Datenshi, and just recently we put out The Style Assassins. This is The Style Assassins two of the Style Assassins right here behind me. The reason why I wanted to talk about this, man, is the Style Assassins were the first characters that I ever created all the way back in 2005. I know that sounds crazy to some of you. Some of you are probably really young, and that sounds insane. But even those of you guys that are old, like I am, having created some characters so long ago and finally bringing them to fruition probably sounds insane to you. But for me, man, finally being able to see these characters in motion, in the comic book, able to hold it, man, it's just a dream come true, and I can't explain it any other way. I'm super excited, super stoked. But the Style Assassins, 5 of them. There's 7 on the, should be 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 on the cover. 5 of them were the first 5 characters I created. One of them is new within, like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something like that. And one of them was, the character set was created probably way back in 2005. Maybe a little later, 2006, but I think it was 2005 as well. But anyways, to finally have this in my hand, man, I don't know. I just can't explain it, man. It's like, it's just a dream come true. And I know it sounds crazy. It's not like it's anything major to the world or anything like that. It's not like we sold 1 million copies, because we haven't yet. But it's just on another level for me, for someone like me, who's been building this universe. I've been building this universe for 21 years now. These characters were just the 5 first things that I started with, and after that, it's just built and built and built and built. One of the things that makes us so much different than the other companies that are out there, the other comic book worlds and stuff like that, is that I actually planned my universe out before I ever tried to publish anything. I didn't even file for the company until 2021, I believe, during the pandemic, which is when you can say that I finally wrote the spine that goes through the entire universe. That would be correct. Or if you want to think of it in terms of the tree, I wrote the thing that is the roots, and the trunk that goes all the way through, and then everything that the branches from. That was when I finally wrote that, when I finally got that part down, and I knew it when I was writing it too. I was like, oh my God, I knew it was good, and I knew how important it was when I was finally writing it. And it was funny because as soon as I finished writing it, I read it, I don't know, 42 times in a row. I'm sure that's normal for probably a lot of writers, but I read it so many times in a row. And since I'd been working on it for so long, my next thought process was, because it had been my thought process for all these years. I was just like, all right, well, what do I work on next? What do I write next? What do I do next? And I kept thinking that to myself for a couple of days. And I kept reverting back to reading that same story arc. And then it hit me, and I was like, oh, I don't need, and I had just this exact thought, probably verbatim. I was like, I don't need to write anymore. I was like, I got it. I have it. I was like, now I need to figure out how I'm going to push this out to the world. So I actually planned my entire universe for a really long time before I ever tried to put anything out. And that's the one thing that makes us different for sure. I'm not trying to knock on anybody else's IP. There's a lot of IPs out there that I love and I love a lot, but for most of them, they're patchworking theirs as they go, or they're creating it as they go, either which one, where we planned ours out beforehand, before we ever try to push anything out. But really, man, I just wanted to talk about how ecstatic and happy I am to finally have this in hand. And it's funny, right? Because you think that it would have been the first comic that I put out. Instead, we put out the Datenshi. The reason we're putting everything out that we're putting out is by the end of this year, if I'm successful in being able to put out everything that I want to put out, by the end of this year, we will have a solid foundation for you to understand our universe and where it's going. Any of you that have already read The Style Assassins, I believe in the very beginning I put, the Epic Universe does not unfold in straight lines. This volume moves between eras, forward, backward, and inward, revealing fragments of a larger conflict. For those paying attention, the future is already present. Welcome to the Epic Universe. So this particular issue, not the Datenshi doesn't do this, but this issue bounces back and forth between past and future and ends in the present. At the very, 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 very end, you get a peek of the present. And I have another work that's going to come out later in the year that's going to do a similar thing. I don't want to give it away too much, but it's going to do something similar, but it's going to be something that's transpiring in the future, and it's going to give clues as to everything that took place up to how that future transpired. And then we have, multiple other comics. We're going to have Datenshi. Well, we have the next thing that we're putting out, guys, is the prequel to this comic book, which is actually going to be a novella. We're not just going to be a comic book company. We plan on being a multimedia entertainment company. So we're going to be putting out novels, novellas, short stories, comic books. The one thing that I can say, though, is even this novella is going to have plenty of artwork. And I'm looking into a couple of different ways of doing it. But for those of you that just don't want to read the novella, we'll also do at least a version like this that's just the artwork as well. There's going to be plenty of artwork. So by the time we finish everything this year, there will be, if you read all of it and if you take it all in, you'll have a really good understanding of what our world is like, how it operates, the types of things that are going on, the types of people that are going that are in it, and where it's going to go into the future. There's going to be glimpses of that. In the Style Assassins, there's glimpses. Keep in mind, well, I don't want to give it away, but it tells you in here what to keep in mind when you read it. But this whole year is about just creating and setting the foundation. After this, the novella for the prequel to this, we'll probably put out another novella, and then we'll put out the actual volume 2, which will be a comic book to Datenshi. And then we got multiple other things coming afterwards. So that's a little, just so you know where we're going, but more than anything, man, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of my excitement. Man, when we got these in not too long ago, man, I can't tell you how I just sat down. Nobody was in the studio at this point in time. I was in here by myself, and I just sat at my desk, and I was just looking at it and just going through that motion, the emotions of like, oh my God, like it's finally here. For I literally have dreamt about this for all these years. And I could have, years ago, just try to put out just this comic book or try to do something different. But I wouldn't have been able to put together, I wouldn't have the IP that I have now. The IP that I have now is really, really, really strong. I'm really happy with it. I'm really proud of it. Granted, we're just in the beginning. This isn't even a drop in the bucket. This isn't even a grain of sand in the bucket, to give you guys an idea of how much is coming. But man, just to be able to finally have it in my hands, to finally see the characters that, I've been dreaming about all these years in motion in a comic book, man, I just can't tell you guys how it feels. I hope that everybody gets to have the feeling that I'm going through when as I'm experiencing all of this, as it happens. I hope all of you get to experience this. Building all of this has been a dream. It's not easy. It's a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice. I could easily just go get a job and my quality of life, quote unquote, would go up, but my dreams would die. My passions would die. And so, there's a lot that goes into doing stuff like this. I'm aware that other people, this is their business model. I do plan on making plenty of money with this, don't get me wrong, but I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this specifically for the love of it. And these characters, to me, have existed in my life for 21 years. To me, they're real people. These 6 of these characters have been in my life for around 20 years. The other one for about 15 or 16 or 17 or 18 or something like that. So these are almost real people to me. and just to finally see them getting out into the world, man, it's just another level of excitement. I just can't, man, I don't know how to describe it. But I hope every one of you, hopefully, you guys will have your ability to do the exact same thing. If you're interested, we'll leave a link to where you can go buy this. Or if you're watching on YouTube, we'll put a link somewhere so that you can go buy it. At least just go check out the website. Just go look it around. If you guys ever have any kind of feedback for me, I am always willing to listen to feedback. Even the people that are like, "Oh man, you suck and you'll never make it," and whatever else. You stole this from there and you did this, and I've heard that I stole John Wick. I've heard that I copied Star Wars. I've heard, man, it's crazy. And what's funny is the set of characters that those people are specifically talking about. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the biggest influence that I had was The Matrix. What's funny is everybody else is saying stuff about all these other IPs, and The Matrix was probably the biggest. Not even probably, The Matrix was the biggest influence. Outside influence. Most of it came from interior thought processes. You're not going to know this for a long time. It has to be rolled out slowly, but the philosophy that's behind how these characters actually operate is my philosophy that I personally developed specifically for these characters. But the biggest influence was actually The Matrix. And the only ones that I've heard is Star Wars and John Wick. And I was just like, what in the hell? Somebody told me that I had just reskinned the entire John Wick franchise. I was like, you couldn't have read the comics. Like you couldn't have read the comics. There are guns in my world, but none of these characters in these comic books are using them. So I was like, I don't understand what the hell you're talking about. But anyways, so at the very least, man, if you guys are interested at all, please go to the website, just look around. If you guys have any feedback, I want to hear it. Even if it's negative, it's all good. I can't learn. I can't get better if I don't get any feedback. If you guys are interested, same thing, go to the website. You can go on our Shopify, the shop that's on there. We have both of these are for sale. The different versions, I don't know if you guys are able to see them, but we have different versions. That's the child version. We have a bunch of different versions on there as well. The new product will be out soon. I'm more of a keep things under wraps kind of guy until we're ready to unveil it. But I have noticed that other people, what they'll do is they'll do cover reveals and stuff like that. And we've already got a couple of covers, so I might start doing cover reveals as soon as I feel like I have enough stuff to make sure that I can keep doing reveals. I'll probably do some cover reveals and some art reveals sometime soon. Maybe drop some excerpts from the novella. If you guys are interested, you can get my earliest draft of the novella. It is my earliest draft. The finished novella looks nothing like it. Well, no, it does, but it's dramatically different, dramatically different. But if you guys want to just see the direction that it's going, you guys can get a free PDF copy of my earliest draft of the novella on the website. It's free. Somebody tried to say that it was for sale for $25, but the comics are for sale for $25. The novella is free. I promise. All you got to do is input your email address and it'll ship it to you. You just got to check your spam and your junk to make sure that it didn't go. We can't control where it goes. That's up to the system, the AI system or whatever that it utilizes to do that. We've tried to figure out how to make it go directly to your inbox. It does what it wants. But you guys can see the earliest draft. It's not going to be, it gives you, you can read that and you will still be entertained and surprised when you get the real novella. So that's it for now. I'm just gonna keep fucking yapping my mouth about nothing if I don't stop now. I really though, more than anything, man, I just wanted to share my excitement with this comic book. You guys don't understand it, but man, for me, it's just it's just proof positive that my dream is coming true. This one was beautiful and wonderful to have in hand because it was my first, well, not really, our merch was first, but it was my first, and the prints and stuff, all those were first in our possession. But this was the first thing that was in my possession that was us telling the story and introducing the characters and stuff like that. So this one definitely has a special place for me, don't get me wrong. But finally having the first characters that I ever created, man, in a comic book, in a book, for people to enjoy, not just me. These, I've been able to enjoy these characters for all these years, but now other people can enjoy them. Man, it's really exciting to me. It's not my job to make you, if you hate them, if you love them, whichever one it is, that's up to you. My job was just to create them and put them out to the world. I hope that you love them as at least half as much as I do. And that you guys are willing to go on this journey and experiment with us. That's all I got to say for today, guys. I'm going to let y'all go. I am coming back from a recent situation that I had. I just had a small medical situation. So I'm going to be posting regularly from here forward. I'm going to be trying to figure this social media stuff out. This is one area that I am not proficient in. I'm going to be real with you. And we have a surprise coming. I'm not going to be the only one doing these. Sometime soon, we have another person coming on who's going to be helping with the social media aspect a little bit. I think you guys will be really surprised or really happy. I think this person will bring you guys some satisfaction in order to be able to watch our social media. That's it for now, guys. You guys have a great day, and we'll catch you here at the Epic Universe Studios sometime soon. Follow for more stories from the Epic Universe Inc. or visit styleassassins.com to learn more.